Yo, what's up? Man, y'all already know what it is. I am that boy Box. This is Roughhouse Boxing TV. And gotta send a shout out to the whole LDBC, Lions Den Boxing community. Uh man, y'all already know what to do, man. Hey, wipe your feet, close the door behind you, man. Come on in. I appreciate y'all stopping by and chopping it up with me, man. You read the title, you saw what it was. So go ahead and we'll get into it, man. This is my breakdown prediction for the upcoming Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury fight. And as always, got my notes. You know how I do. So we'll go ahead and we'll get into the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we will start with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury comes in with a record of 27-0-0. Let's see, with 19 KOs, 70% knockout rate. Stands 6 feet 9 inches tall with an 85-inch reach. And let's go with the good. All right. We got hard time, irky jerky style, and he uses that to befuddle and frustrate opponents. And we've seen that's kind of his trademark, his calling card, is his maneuverability. Good use of feints and good head movement. You know, that's part of that irky jerky style that he uses. Good, good sharp jab, long reach. I forgot to say, in addition to the feints, the head movement, I got elusive. So we got to keep that in mind. He's an elusive fighter. For a guy that big, he's quote unquote a dancing bear. So yeah, but good sharp jab, long reach, very good footwork, nimble. We kind of hit on that. Good at controlling range with the jab. He's a master at frustrating opponents. He knows how to get into his opponent's head even before the fight. Post fight, he can get into the head with the antics and talk. But inside the ring, you know, he's a master at holding and clutching and smothering work. You know, showboating and taking you out of your game plan and things like that. You know, so he's got that as a weapon in his toolkit. Nice one too. Like I said, good at smothering the opponent's work when they get inside on him. Um, Nice body puncher. That was one thing I noticed. He's got some nice combinations to the body that I saw. What else? Good use of angles. Good hand speed. Like I said, especially for a guy his size. He's a switch hitter, meaning he's naturally orthodox, but he has fought, in the southpaw stance before on multiple occasions, and he's got a nice uppercut. All right, that's the good. Let's go to the bad. Let's see. Keeps the left hand low. Uh, Lacks pop on his shots. Can showboat a bit too much. I've seen him get caught in the midst of the showboating and the antics. So from time to time, it comes back to bite him in the butt. He's coming off of over 100 pound weight loss. So we're gonna see how that what toll that takes on his body, on his maneuverability, on his stamina. You know, only time will tell. Very hittable to the body. Susceptible to the overhand right, and that's the shot that Steve. What was the guy's name? Was it Steve Cunningham? I think put him down with. I may have the name wrong, but I can't remember while I was watching the film. The guy that the guy that caught him and put him down with an overhand right, and even Pineda was able to catch him with a couple of overhand rights. You know, so yeah, will let opponent get into his chest. Now I know we said before that he is very good at controlling range, but there are lapses in the fight where he will let the opponent get in on him and get in tight. And for a fighter that has a good inside game, a good body attack, that could be detrimental. Fortunately for Tyson, he hasn't come upon that fighter yet. Let's see, doesn't sit down on his punches. Not a devastating puncher, and a lot of his shots are pity pat shots, I would like to say. But I have seen him hit a few of his opponents with some nice, hard, stiff, solid shots. So that's not to say he can't punch at all, but the majority of his shots are not shots that hurt the opponent, so to speak. He's more of an outbox you, outpoint you type of fighter. And okay, let's go to Deontay Wilder. Okay, Deontay Wilder comes in with a record of 40-0-0 with 39 knockouts. That's a 90% KO rate. Pretty good. He stands 6 feet 7 inches tall with an 83-inch reach. So Tyson Fury has a 2-inch height advantage and a 2-inch reach advantage. But honestly, realistically, I really don't see that as much of an advantage. For all intents and purposes, these guys are basically the same height with the same reach. All right, let's go into the good. Devastating puncher. We'll go ahead and get that out of the way right now because everybody knows that. Sharp piston type jab. Good head movement and head placement. He gives different looks. Kind of similar to Tyson Fury, but less irky jerky and not as frequent. But he does give different looks and give different targets to the opponent. And while he's giving those different looks, he can launch that jab from different launching points and different angles. Hard, accurate 1-2. That's his bread and butter right there. Changes punch speed and power. I notice a lot of times I see him out there and he use that jab as just a tap and pawn jab sometimes, and then other times it was stiff and piston like and make the opponent's head snap back. So I like the way there's variation on the punching power and the punching speed. Good at controlling range. Fights well off the back foot. When he was fighting Bermane Stiverne, I was noticing that the majority of the fight, well, especially in the first fight, the second fight, not so much, but in the first fight, Stiverne was the one who was in attack mode and press mode the whole time, and Wilder was steady letting him come to him while he was just going backwards with the jab, bow, 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 pat, 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 bow, 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 and it was all while going backwards. So he does fight well off the back foot. What do we have? Good hooks. I saw a good lead hook that he throws, a good lead right hook, a little bit of a lead left hook, but primarily a lead right hook, and he hooks well off the jab. He's got a hard uppercut. Doesn't waste a lot of energy with unnecessary punches or movement. And I'm gonna say that I'm gonna preface that by saying, until the opponent is hurt. All that time prior to the opponent being dazed, stunned, hurt, whatever the case, it's a real methodical, controlled, concise, jab, 1-2 with occasional hooks in there, and he's not doing a whole lot of unnecessary movement, I'm trying to think who was the fighter we were talking about that was we were talking about Regis Prograis with all the exaggerated head movement and upper body movement. You don't get a lot of that. You don't get any of that with Deontay Wilder. He's got a sneaky check hook. That's what he caught Szpilka with. Let's see. Good at parrying shots away. And a lot of times you'll see him, he'll keep that right hand out there, his jab hand out there. And a lot of times that's to parry away oncoming jabs or shots. And he's already got it out there in a position to where if he wants to throw it, it's half cocked already, and he just has to let it go. Remains cool and focused in the ring. I noticed a lot of his opponents, tried to talk and taunt and do things like that to try to rattle his cage, but he always seemed to remain cool and focused and stuck to the game plan. Overwhelms the opponent when hurt. All right, and we'll go to the bad. Uh, goes into a shell on defense when the opponent is in close and attacking, and that was something I really didn't care for. He just put the earmuffs on, put the guard up, and wait. But he'll as soon as he sees an escape route, he'll get out of there. But in the meantime, in between time, he'll just throw that guard up and this comes normally when he's been cornered against the ropes or something like that. Because if he's got an avenue to get out of there, he's going to get out of there and not take that damage. Um, Gives up the body a little bit. He's hittable to the body, and he and Tyson Fury both kind of share that. Their defensive emphasis is on the head. Not much of a counterpuncher, and that's one thing I wish he would sharpen up on. His counterpunch game is slim to none. Not much of a body puncher either. So I guess that's two things I wish he'd sharpen up on. Um, he rarely ever focuses his attack to the body. Can be flat-footed a lot of the times, and not accurate when the opponent is hurt. And the homeboy Trey X um made the point this past weekend about Wilder that when a fighter is hurt, they're normally on autopilot or fighting off instinct. So you're looking for something that's orthodox, a jab, a straight, a hook, or whatever. But the punches that Wilder throws when he's got his opponent injured, stunned, dazed, whatever the case may be, are anything but orthodox. So they don't really know where they're coming from, and a lot of times they don't see the punch that gets them. All right. So, that was the bad. So let's go ahead and get to the keys to victory, and we'll start with Tyson Fury. Um, Footwork and movement is key. He's got to build points on the scorecards, meaning he's got to outpoint Wilder, because I honestly don't see him knocking Wilder out. He's got to control the range and the distance, and like I said, he's got to outbox Wilder. If he can do all of those things consistently and effectively, he has a decent chance of winning this fight. For Wilder, he's got to execute that 1-2 effectively. That jab has got to be on point, and that right hand has got to, hit his mark. You know, and I feel like if he can do that effectively, that's going to make Tyson Fury abandon whatever game plan he might have had at first. He's got to work the body consistently. The best way to slow down a mover is to work the body. That takes the legs and the stamina away from the person that's always on their bicycle. Now, I know we said that we don't normally get a lot of body work, body attack out of Wilder, but I would almost guarantee that that's something that his team has put in his toolkit for this fight, because they know that they got to get Tyson somewhat stationary or not as mobile as he normally is, and the best way to do that is to the body. And I said that I think the uppercut is going to be a key punch for him in this fight. Tyson has a tendency to bob his head and lower, and I would love to see Deontay take a page out of Jaron Enos's book with all of that lowering the head and bobbing and stuff that Tyson is going to do. There's an open spot, whether it's the uppercut or it's a hook to the body. You know, if he could do that, it's gonna be lights out early. He gonna catch Tyson with something, because Tyson, that's part of his normal mo, is that type of movement. But I'm trying to think. Is that it? Is that everything? Yep, that's everything. So we go with the prediction, and it ain't hard to tell, man. I got Deontay Wilder by KO, 8th round. Um, I think Tyson Fury is going to come out and he's going to be the elusive, the mobile, dancing bear, that he normally is. He's going to get shots off. He's going to win some rounds early, but I just do not believe he's going to be able to stay away from the bomb squad the entire fight. Um, I believe he gets caught, and and I do believe that this time the boy Deontay is going to help slow him down with shots to the body. It could even be jabs to the midsection, straights to the midsection, kind of like AJ did with Povetkin, to slow down his attack. But I think that's coming. But yeah, man, that's what it is, man. I got Deontay Wilder by KO, 8th round over Tyson Fury, but I think it's going to be an entertaining fight, and I can't wait to see it. Hey, if y'all haven't gotten it yet and you're able to, go ahead and get that pay-per-view buy. I already got mine. You know what I'm saying? It's simmering on my direct TV box. You know what I'm saying? It's marinating and roasting and waiting. So that's what's up. But man, like I said, I appreciate y'all stopping by the house, man. Coming through, chopping it up with us, checking us out, man. Y'all already know what it is. I am that boy Box. This is Roughhouse Boxing TV. And hey, smash that like button. Share this to your social media platforms. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And yeah, trying to think, is there anything else? Anything else? Hey, shout out to the whole LDBC. Hey, join me, man, because I'm gonna pull up on Marlo's corner, man, for the fight. Y'all gotta get that live play-by-play from the homie Trey X and Marlo over there, man, because you know it goes down on the corner. That's what it is. Yeah, I know some of y'all will be like, man, why would I listen to somebody else when I'm paying for this the commentary on this pay-per-view? Trust me. Showtime's commentating staff has got nothing on Marlo's corner. If you watch the fight with them commentating, you'll never watch the fight. You'll never watch another fight the same way. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I I don't watch any fights without the homie Trey X commentating if he's calling the fight. So that's what it is, man. So salute to Marlo's corner and the homie Trey X, man. But anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Nah, I think that's it, man. So y'all can go ahead and get on out the house. G